Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions for today. We're talking Saturday, July 19th. I'm going to have 8 total guys on Dong Watch for you guys to lock in for today. Gonna start with my 3 favorites, of course, and then give you everybody that I am betting if you want to spray the board, regardless of how you want to play today's slate. I would appreciate it if you could watch the entire video. Before we get into today, which I really do like the slate for today, we got to do a recap from yesterday, which no doubt about it, it sucked. I gave out 5 guys yesterday, did not get any of those 5 to hit a home run. You know, I went heavy on the Padres versus Nats game, and I got burned for doing it. I think there was 1 home run hit in that game, and it was in the top of the 9th inning. That sucked. I also had Torkelson, who did not come through with the home run. I did play yesterday light in terms of unit sizing and total guys that I played because I didn't love the slate. There were a lot of pitchers that were not confirmed at the time I was recording in the morning yesterday, so I am at least glad that I played it light. That does unfortunately bring ourselves back into the red on the year, albeit slightly, down 0.31 units on the year, down like 0.3% ROI. Formula is broken on the profit if 1 unit, but doesn't really matter because all that matters is if you've been following my unit size guiding, we're essentially breaking even. Now, we had been really good basically since like June 26th or something and on. Things have been going really well. Obviously, yesterday sucked. Fridays when I'm on the Thunderdome seem to be my just when I am incapable of having a good day. Let's hope we can turn it around today. I do really like the slate today, as I mentioned. I mean, it's the summer, so you're going to have a lot of good weather games, but Coors, Nats Park, Steinbrenner Field, Wrigley Field, Progressive, the Bank, Dodger Stadium, Braves Stadium, a lot of really good home run situations for today, and mostly agreement across the board. Now, there's slight agreement on the Phillies game. Granted, it's in the 80s with slight winds blowing to left field, so it shouldn't really be bad weather. And then the Nats game, they kind of have it as more neutral. But Weather Edge loves the Guardians game, loves the Braves game, really loves the Cubs game, which is what we like to hear. And then they don't like the Dodgers game, and I don't have anything in that. And then they love the Rockies as well. Obviously, it's Coors Field. But again, I'm going to have 8 total plays for you guys to lock in. I don't have a play in every single positive weather game, but I did try to target most of them. And we'll start with a team that I swore I was off yesterday, the San Diego Padres, and I'm taking Manny Machado to hit a home run. Now, I know that I banned the Padres, but Machado's been on fire. First of all, we're getting him at plus, it's actually 380 odds at Fanatics, and if you can't use Fanatics, then I would take 350 at bet 365. But I really like Machado. Obviously, he's the first of my 3 favorites. I know I banned the Padres yesterday, but he is one of 4 batters that had 4 or more hard hits yesterday, and he absolutely destroyed the baseball. Now, for those of you that don't like guys that hit a home run the previous day, aren't going to like Manny, but here's what I see. 111 miles per hour off the bat, 107 miles per hour off the bat, 105 miles per hour off the bat, and 103.1. Now, 2 of those were ground outs. That doesn't help us. One of them was a home run. That does help us. And the other one was a fly out with a 38-degree launch angle. So that's 4 hits, all 103 miles an hour or faster. That is fantastic. That's exactly what you're looking for. Now let's go to the pitching matchup. Mitchell Parker is pitching for the Nats. Now this is him, actually wanted to show you, this is him on the entire year. He has allowed a home run every 30 at-bats to righties, which that in itself doesn't sound that bad. Now you look into his advanced stats, things don't look that great. His Sierra, which basically just measures the quality of the batted balls allowed while also taking into account strikeout and walk rate, 4.63 is bad. Barrel rate, hard hit rate, line drive rate, all of those are in the red with a fly ball rate above 30%, which is generally pretty bad. Now let's look at the last 5 weeks, which mostly captures the last 5 starts. Home run every 29 at-bats against the righty seems, oh, well, that's not that bad, even though it is the under 30 number. We like this to be under 20, with 25 as acceptable, with under 30 as okay. But look at these advanced stats. These numbers are terrible. Barrel rate went up. Hard hit rate went up. Line drive rate went up. Fly ball rate stayed about the same. So there's nothing about his recent stats that shows a pitcher that shouldn't give up any home runs. And he is a left-handed pitcher. And Manny Machado destroys left-handed pitching. He has fantastic numbers across the board against lefties. You look at his barrel rate, 21%, over the last month. That's really good. Hard hit rate over 50%, fly ball rate over 40%. Those are really, really, really good numbers. And you look at like no splits. Actually, sorry, we want to look at versus left-handed pitching. And this is on the entire year of all qualified hitters. Manny Machado has got the 6th best ISO rate against lefties in the entire MLB. He really, really, really hits left-handed pitching hard. And we're getting a good weather game against a pitcher that can get hit hard. So I really like going with Manny, even though I swore off the Padres. It's because everything lines up, and we don't do ban lists. You got to forgive, especially in baseball. So play number 1 is Manny Machado to hit a home run. Play number 2, I'm taking Chisholm Jr. to hit a home run. We're getting a very good price on him at plus. It's actually $525. It was $550, unless it went back up to $550, which would be nice. Okay, so you might be able to get $550. I locked in $525. That's what I'm going to track it at. But if you can get $550, even better. Jazz has been among the best hitters in baseball basically in the month of July. You look at the last 30 days for in terms of like barrels and stuff. Look at who's number 3. That would be Chisholm Jr. with 17. Actually, he's tied for Soto with the 2nd most. Fantastic numbers for Jazz basically in the month of July and sooner. I mean, this is taking us since June 19th, but he's been fantastic. You look at what he did yesterday, because we do want to see like recent form for these guys. He had an okay day at the plate. He didn't hit a home run, but he did have 2 hard hits total, which is acceptable. And one of them was hit decent hard. It was a fly out, 106 miles an hour off the bat, traveled 383 feet. That's pretty good. His other hard hit was another fly out, 104 basically miles per hour. So 2 hard hit flyouts, 103 or faster is good. Now the pitcher technically is listed as Joey Wentz. He's going to pitch the first couple innings. He's a lefty, and now Jazz doesn't hit lefties that hard. But this guy, Joey Wentz, is not good. You look at him on the year, home run every 21 at-bats is not terrible, but look at these numbers. I mean, barrel rate above 11%, hard hit rate 50%. The line drive rate is low, but the fly ball rate is high. He's has been really bad against righties, but even his numbers against lefties, even though it hasn't come in the form of home runs, I mean, disgusting. 18% barrel rate, 58% hard hit rate is terrible. Now, he's only going to pitch the first couple innings, so he's probably going to get 1 at-bat against Chisholm Jr. You know who's going to pitch the rest is Dane Dunning, who's an absolute home run machine. This year, pitched 10 innings with the Rangers, home run per 9 of 1.69. Last year, with the Rangers, home run per 9 of 1.71. You look at his barrel rate allowed, 16.7% this year, 10.9% last year. That's terrible. And he's a righty, so that's good for us. He is bad all the times, but this year it's been against righties, but his numbers against lefties aren't really that good either. Last year it was lefties, so I'm not really scared off of a righty or a lefty. I would take either. But this is a stadium that is generally, it's good for home runs today, and it's generally a better park for lefties because it's a little bit of a shorter fence. Granted, that it's taller, so you do have to hit the ball higher, but you don't have to hit it as far. So it's generally more positive for lefties that pull the ball. As you can see here, it's more green towards right center field, stuff like that. And Jazz has just been really good for a long time now. So I really like taking him to hit a home run again. Plus 525 or 550 is a phenomenal price. And then my third of my 3 favorites is somebody that's just been an MVP for us in the month of July. It's Rafael the Ninja Turtle. We're taking him to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus 560 odds at FanDuel. That's the price that I got. That's what I sent it out to my Tails account. So you're able to get the same price there. Just refresh the page. So all these odds are current. In terms of yesterday, he didn't have a terrible day, but he didn't have a good one either. It was this day game in Chicago. He had 1 hard hit yesterday. You see right here, the 1 hard hit. You look at that hard hit, like what was it? And it was over 100 miles an hour, but it was a single. Nothing amazing. Prior to that, he had been hitting really well. You look at the Red Sox here, and this is just looking at the last 30 days. Leads the team in barrels, 11 barrels. Hard hit rate above 50%. Fly ball rate and pull rate above 40%, which is acceptable. You look at the last 2 weeks. Again, these numbers are going to be a little bit wonky because they obviously had 5 days off, but 4 barrels, hard hit rate around 50%, the fly ball and pull rate both above 40% with a really good pull rate. This is a really good weather game in Chicago. It wasn't yesterday. It is today. It's windy, it's hot, and the wind's blowing out. This is exactly what you want at Wrigley Field. And no stadium is more impacted by wind than Wrigley, and we're getting wind up to double digits in this game. Ballpark Pal has a 31% edge from home runs. They don't love the stadium, but the weather's fantastic. And if you remember, Weather Edge loved this one. So all in all, that stuff is good. Hot batter, good weather. Now, the pitcher he's going up against, Shota Imanaga, is good. He is a good pitcher, but he can give up the long ball, and it's really just his fastball. Like, he has really electric stuff, but he allows batters to hit the ball hard, and he allows batters to put the ball in the air. That is not a good combination. You look at him over his last 5 starts, which I think is exactly, it's 4 starts because he came back from injury. Home run every 15 at-bats. You look at him on the entire year, home run every 18 at-bats to righties, and 80% of his home runs have been hit off of right-handed hitters. And you look at the Ninja Turtle against lefties over the last month, fantastic numbers. 21% barrel rate, almost a 50% hard hit rate, and that fly ball rate above 30% is acceptable. You look at it against the four-seam fastball specifically, and that's what he's going to see about 50% of the time. Still really, really good numbers. 22% barrel rate, 62% hard hit rate, 37. So the fly ball rate went up against the four-seamer, and he only strikes out 11% of the time. So as good as Imanaga is, it's a really, really good matchup, and the weather is good. I absolutely love this one. I mean, the Ninja Turtle's been an MVP for us. So he is the third of my 3 favorites. So if you remember, my 3 favorites are Machado, Jazz, and Rafael, the Ninja Turtle. If you just want to bet 3, those are the 3. Put a quarter unit on those and hope that one hits to profit. I'm taking every guy that I mentioned, so I am taking all 8, but I understand not everybody likes to spray the board. If you only take the 3, I would appreciate it if you could watch the rest of the video because that helps me out. And then we'll quickly go through the rest. So I'm taking 2 guys on the Angels, Mike Trout and Joe Adell. Hello, it's Joe. Hopefully he hits a home run. The odds on them are a little stinky. Adell is plus 370 at FanDuel, and Trout is plus 285 at FanDuel. Trout hasn't seen Walker in a couple years, but he sent him to the moon. Prior to that, he had a lot of at-bats against him prior to that, and he smoked him. You look at these guys yesterday, Adell had a good day, so he is another guy that did hit a home run. Whoops, wrong game. That did hit a home run yesterday, so those of you that don't like that aren't going to like Adell. But he had 2 hard hits, and both of them were hit really hard. Home run, traveled 411 feet, just annihilated it. And then he had 107 miles per hour off the bat. Granted, it was a bad launch angle, but it was still good. And then Trout had a single that was 106 miles an hour off the bat. Again, too low of a launch angle, but when you hit the ball above 100 miles an hour, I'm good with that. The biggest thing here is the pitcher. Taijuan Walker is just not good. He's been a starter. He's been thrown mixed between a starter and a bullpen guy. He just really hasn't been good. Home run every 32 at bats seems good, but you look at him over the last 5 weeks, which takes into account 1 start and a bunch of bullpen appearances. Home run every 13 at bats is very, very bad. And then you look at him against righties, horrible numbers across the board. I mean, barrel rate almost 10%, hard hit rate above 50%. Now the line drive and fly ball rate is admittedly low, but the home runs have been there, so it's nothing that I'm scared of. And Adell is traditionally better against lefties. He's got better numbers against lefties, but look at him against right-handed pitching over the last month. He leads the team in barrel rate at 13%, with a 56% hard hit rate and a 28% fly ball rate. And Trout's been really good as well. That barrel rate is below 10%, but he's hit 5 home runs in fewer at-bats than Joe Adell, and the hard hit rate and hard hit rate above 50%, and the fly ball rate is higher. So I like both those guys a lot to hit home runs. From a pitch mix perspective, it's not great, but Walker throws a bunch of pitches, and none of them are really even that good. So, and it's really good weather, and it's a hitter's park at the bank. If you look at the stadium, plus 17, the weather is more average. It's really just the stadium is a hitter's park, and 2 guys that have been hitting the ball well. And you look at Trout, last 30 days against righties, ISO rate of 320. That's good. Adell's is lower at 235 ISO rate, but Adell's just been so good for so long. So Mike Trout, Joe Adell, I like both of them to hit home runs. And I also have two guys left in the Yankees game. So it's Cody Bellinger and Aaron Judge. Now, I almost never take Judge, except situations. You can get him at 230 for Aaron Judge is not that bad. Ballpark Pal has him at plus 184. So they like the value on Aaron Judge a lot at plus 230. And Bellinger is plus 575. Now, I already mentioned this game. Wentz is going to start. These guys are probably going to get one, maybe, but unlikely, but maybe two at-bats against him, with the rest of them coming against Dane Dunning. Judge, I like against both. He could take Wentz yard. He could take Dunning yard. Bellinger could also go yard against both. Bellinger, despite being a lefty, hits lefties really well. You look at against left-handed pitching for the Yankees over the last month, and that's the Mets. I want the Yankees. And Aaron Judge is always going to have the best numbers because Aaron Judge is incredible. And we want the entire Yankees team. But you look at him, 38. I mean, Judge is ridiculous. I don't need to tell you guys how good Judge is. But Bellinger, 11% barrel rate is good. Now, the hard hit rate, obviously, at 30% is low. Fly ball rate at 40% is pretty good. But all these other numbers, like 500 average, 661 WOBA, 1.5 OPS, ISO rate, 534. He's hit 4 home runs off of lefties over the last month. You look at, let's look at the entire season for Bellinger, and pretty good numbers across the board. The barrel rate, 8.5% is acceptable. Hard hit rate, acceptable. Fly ball rate is very good. And then we go back. Plate IQ can be a little wonky with pitch mix stuff, so I don't use it for that anymore. But you look at, ISO rate, 560 for Bellinger over the last 30 days on the year. 298. You look at barrel rate against lefties, Bellinger. So they have a different barrel rate at 10.2% with Judge. Judge is absurd. So both these guys are really good. And then Dane Dunning. If they don't hit one off of Wentz, they can easily hit one off of Dane Dunning, which I just talked about how this guy is an absolute dong machine. I've talked about the good weather in this one. So I like loading up on 3 different Yankees. Even if it's only Judge from the Yankees that hits a home run, we're going to be making money from those 3. Obviously not on the day. We need more than that. And then my last one, going back to the Red Sox game, I'm taking Rami Gonzalez to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus 520 odds at FanDuel. This is the price that I got, so no issues there. Even if I refresh it, I'm hoping that this didn't change, that none of the odds that I locked in are any different. Yeah, still 520. Good to go there. So I mentioned the good weather in Wrigley Field. I mentioned the pitcher, Shota, can get hit up by righties. I mentioned how good the Ninja Turtle, Rafael, had been hitting. Well, look at Rami Gonzalez over the last month against lefties. 17% barrel rate, so not as good as the Ninja Turtle, but still really good. But higher hard hit rate. A 72% hard hit rate is ridiculous, and a higher fly ball rate. You look at him against the four-seam fastball, same barrel rate, higher hard hit rate, lower fly ball rate, higher K rate. So it's not perfect for Rami Gonzalez, but it's still really, really good. And, he spent some time injured, so his numbers, he doesn't have as many plate appearances. But you look at the last 2 weeks, look who's got the most barrels for the Red Sox. That would be Rami Gonzalez with 7. 17 hard hits, hard hit rate of 77%. And this is with him not playing every single day. Keep that in mind. This is with him missing some time. He didn't play yesterday, but he did play right before the All-Star break. So it's not like he's still injured. And look at these hard hits. 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2. And then he only had 1 in his most recent game, which is right before the All-Star break. But look at these barrels. 1, 2, 1, 2, 0, 1, but 0 with 3 hard hits. Really, really good. He's hit lefties really well. He's hit four-seam fastballs from lefties really well. And the weather's fantastic. So everything kind of lines up for these two guys on the Red Sox. And that's all we got. So 8 total guys to hit a home run. This is just my Tails account where I send everything out. As far as my favorite 3, it's Rafael the Ninja Turtle, it's Manny Machado, and it is Chisholm Jr. Everybody else, it's Rami Gonzalez, Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, Mike Trout, and Joe Adele. I'm putting 0.1 units on these guys, so I'm only risking 0.8 total. Still playing it a little bit light because it's only the second day back from a long break. But that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Tails account if you are interested. Make sure to bet responsibly, and have a good one.